All right, today we're pulling back the curtain on the AI revolution. Because while the whole world was obsessed with ChatGPT, there was a much bigger story playing out behind the scenes. And this story, it reveals the real endgame for the people building our AI future.
You see, this has always been the dream for OpenAI CEO Sam Altman. It's not just about building an AI that can chat with you. No, the real goal is an AI that can act for you. An AI that you can give a simple command to and it just goes and does it, all the complex, multi-step stuff done. They call them AI agents, and they are the absolute holy grail of this entire field.
And here is where it gets really interesting. ChatGPT, the product that basically put OpenAI on the map, it was kind of a sideshow. You could even call it a happy accident. The real main event, the project that was getting all the brain power and the resources inside the company, was something totally different. It was a secret quest to teach AI how to do something it couldn't, how to actually reason.
So while all of us were discovering just how powerful these new language models were, through ChatGPT, there was this small, super focused team at OpenAI working on a problem that these AIs were frankly terrible at, solving math problems.
This timeline really shows you the two parallel universes that were happening. In 2022, you've got ChatGPT just exploding into the public consciousness. At the exact same time, you have this math gen team working away in secret, trying to get AI to solve math Olympiad problems. That quiet work led to this massive internal breakthrough in 2023, codenamed Strawberry. And that became the guts of a brand new model O1, which when it was finally revealed in 2024, sent shockwaves through all of Silicon Valley.
So let's talk about what they were really building. This was never just about getting an AI to pass a math test. No way. This was about unlocking a totally new fundamental skill for artificial intelligence.
Okay, so here's the critical difference. An AI agent doesn't just write a draft of an email for you. It logs into your Gmail, it writes the email, it finds and attaches the right files, and then it actually hits send. It doesn't just give you a list of hotels for a vacation. It goes out, it compares flights, it books the hotel room, and it builds your entire itinerary. It's about doing things, not just talking about them.
So the big question is, how on earth did they do it? How do you go from an AI that just makes up math answers to one that can actually perform these complex reasoning tasks? Well, it wasn't just one thing. It was a new recipe, a kind of secret sauce.
First, they started with a big, powerful language model. The engine that runs things like ChatGPT. Then, they added a layer of something called reinforcement learning. Now, you can think of this like giving the AI a treat every time it gets a step right. It learns from feedback. But the real magic, the absolute game changer, was this third step, test time computation. This basically gives the model extra time to think. It can work through a problem, check its own work, and even try a few different approaches before spitting out an answer.
And the result of mixing these three things together was just profound. Suddenly, the AI could create what's called a chain of thought. It could actually lay out its work step by step, showing you how it got to an answer. Just like your math teacher always told you to do.
And you can feel how amazing this was from this quote by one of the researchers. He said the AI wasn't just giving answers anymore. You could see it notice its own mistakes, backtrack, and try again. He said it almost felt like you were reading the thoughts of a person as they struggled with a problem. It was no longer a simple calculator. It was starting to feel like a collaborator.
And of course, the second this breakthrough happened, it kicked off the single biggest debate in the entire field of AI. Is what we're seeing here actually reason?
I mean, think about it for a second. If a machine follows a super complicated, data-driven process that perfectly mimics how a human would think through a problem, can we call that reasoning? Or is it just, a very fancy form of pattern matching? And trust me, the experts are totally split on this.
So to help get our heads around this, one researcher came up with this brilliant analogy. Think about flight. For centuries, humans were inspired by watching birds. We saw them soaring in the sky, and we wanted to do the same thing.
But an airplane doesn't fly by flapping its wings, right? It uses jet engines, aerodynamics. It's a totally different system that achieves the same outcome. And the argument here is that AI reasoning is just like that. It might not be using a squishy biological brain, but it's using computation to achieve a powerful and incredibly useful version of reasoning. It's not flapping, but it's flying.
So once OpenAI proved this was possible with their O1 model,
the cat was officially out of the bag. And what happened next? Almost overnight, the race to build the ultimate AI agent became the single biggest obsession in all of tech.
And if you want to know just how high the stakes are, just look at this number. The 21 researchers who were behind that initial breakthrough, they instantly became the hottest commodity on the planet. Competitors were reportedly throwing around compensation packages worth over $100 million just to lure them away. This isn't just a fun research project anymore. This is an all-out war for talent.
And now, everybody is in the game. We're talking about Google, Meta, Anthropic, Elon Musk's xAI, all the heavy hitters. They are all pouring billions of dollars and their absolute best people into cracking this AI agent problem. Because everyone knows whoever wins this race could very well dominate the next decade of technology.
So what's the next big hurdle? Well, it's one thing to solve a math problem where there's one clear, correct answer. But the real frontier is training these agents to handle the messy, subjective, human stuff. Things like planning the perfect vacation or shopping for a new outfit online, where the right answer is totally different for everyone.
So here we are. The secret formula has been found, the players are all on the field, and the race is on. The technology to build an AI that can truly act as an extension of ourselves is no longer sci-fi, it's real. And the only question left is, who's going to get there first?